Is there, a couple of things that you can kind of point them in the direction and say, hey, this is how you get out of that rut and start moving toward the goals that you want?
There are so many tools for that kind of thing. I'll tell you one of my favorites, and I actually talk about this in my book, Renegotiate Your Existence. There's a tool that I call Banana Land, or is it Banana World, Banana Land? I think I called it Banana Land. Um, you can give it whatever name you want, but the idea is that Banana Land is a world of the fantastic, the spectacular, and the ridiculous. It's a world that has no rules. And so the exercise is to state whatever the thing is that you want, and then come up with a completely ridiculous, non-viable way to get it. Like, if I did this thing, then that would happen. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I was working with a client who was very stuck. She's up in the Bay Area, very stuck in work, stuck in life, stuck at home, stuck in marriage, stuck, stuck, stuck. And so I said, okay, we got to get out of stuck, because stuck has a real problem in terms of how we're thinking about things and the neurochemistry that's flowing when we're stuck. And the wrong part of the brain is operating when we're in that space. So I need to access a different part of the brain. So I said, let's go to Banana Land. What is one thing you could do that you would never actually do? But if you did it, you would no longer be stuck the way you are. And she thought about it for a minute and she said, okay, I could fake my death and move to Costa Rica.
Ooh,
Yes. If you faked your death and moved to Costa Rica, you would no longer be stuck there. True. What else? And she started just rattling off all these things. And what happens is that now what she's done is she's accessed the creative part of her brain, not like the neocortex that's an ongoing calculation of your history, but it's the creative part of the brain that's coming up with creative solutions. She's also laughing her ass off. So she's getting a lot of dopamine hits and having a good time. What happens with Banana Land is that the longer you spend in that space, these viable elements start to sneak their way into the solutions ideas. Normally inside of 20 minutes, you're going to have at least some ideas on things that you can do to move forward that will actually start to get the rust off the bolt.